Hi, I'm Steph, and today we are walking through my May 2025 bullet journal pages. I'm going to show you how I design my pages. We're going to talk about how I use magazine collage as a way to create a lot of fun, colorful, artistic expression without needing a lot of art skill. And I'm going to walk through how I use my journal on a daily basis, some of my favorite parts about it, including how it lets me look forward to the future, set goals and plans, but also how it helps me look back and really appreciate where I've been and where I'm going. So thank you so much for joining me, and let's dive in.
This is Journaled by Steph, a YouTube channel all about bullet journaling. Thanks for watching. Bullet journalers are well known for their incredible artistic skill, and many journalers are impressive graphic artists. For the record, I am not one of them. The secret to my style is magazine collage. So whereas other journalers doodle and draw, I cut and paste. For that reason, my journaling supplies always include a stash of old magazines. I organize them by season, so for May, I'll be reaching for my spring bundle. In addition to magazine cutouts, I also use colored pencils, markers, washi tape, and stickers. Each month gets its own dedicated cover image. For May, I often gravitate toward floral themes as a nod toward the colors of spring. This year, though, I thought I would deviate from the floral trend and try something new. You see how I size the image to the journal using my finger as a guide for the crease. I cut and then glue. I love this rainbow washi tape for spring, and these gold stickers just round out the page. Here's the finished cover, and guess what? I actually don't love it. Turns out I wanted to go floral after all. So, for the first time in my page reveal video, I am changing it. I gently removed the original image to save for later because it really is cute. And I replaced it with something that felt more May to me. I can't really explain why this updated image works better for me, but that's part of the artistic process, and I try to lean into it as much as I can. So here is the finished cover. Now that the cover is finally finished, let's move to the next two spreads. The first one is where I keep my monthly bucket list, a monthly quote, and a photo that captures the month, which I usually add at the very end. This is the first month of the year that I'm breaking out my rainbow washi tape, which is a favorite. I promise that you'll see it again in future months. Next is May's calendar. This is where I keep track of meetings, birthdays, special events. For instance, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, is actually the anniversary of the first date I had with my husband. And of course, there's Memorial Day, which for me is always the official start of summer. I keep a digital calendar too, but honestly, I think this paper version helps me retain important dates and times better than the digital version. Plus, I just love checking off each day as I go, and I like having a visual reminder of the important dates and events when I look back at the end of the year. The next section are my weekly spreads. This is the heart of every month and really the heart of my journal. These are the pages I look back on with the most affection. So I have a square for every day, plus one extra where I record moments I want to remember. And truly, every morning I start my day with some hot tea and my weekly spread. And I spend just a few minutes writing in the previous day square. I record what I did or how I felt. I make a list of maybe things that I've already done, a motivational reminder. These notes and reminders are my favorite things to review months and years later. So you're also watching my design process. I use magazine cutouts and washi tape to create these peekaboo windows. This gives me a nice visual pop, but lets me lift up the picture so that I can write underneath. I also like to sprinkle in stickers. I love the visual variety they bring. And I'll leave a few boxes blank because I like to print photos at the end of the month and add those too. So that's the most kind of scrapbooky part of the journal. And I truly love it. So I used to design every square from scratch, but I found that I really actually completed the journal squares when I set them up in advance. So that's just a tip. If you're finding that you have gaps in your journal, sometimes it's really easy to just lay it out, get it all set up at once, and then all you have to do every day is just fill in your small square. The final spread is what I call my feature, and you'll see here, these are features from previous Mays. It's where I often keep track of goals that I have or special projects for the month. But this May, I am trying something different. Instead of keeping track of projects, I am going to reserve this space for reflections at the end of the month, which is actually something I did in my very first bullet journal 5 years ago. So my intention is to write down highlights, areas for growth, things that I accomplished, things that I'm proud of, things that I want to work on. And you'll see I'm still using the peekaboo technique so that I have lots of visual pop, but plenty of space to write. So I can't wait to see this new iteration of my feature spread. Well, you made it to the final flip through. Here's all of May's pages together. I love the warm, sunny colors, the images from this month. It all makes me look forward to the end of spring and the beginning of summer. I hope that seeing these pages come together gives you some ideas and inspiration for how you might use your journal or planner as a tool to pay attention to the little joys of each day and as a way to look back and see how far you've come. So I'm excited. Cheers to another month.
Thank you so much for joining me as we walk through May 2025. I'm excited always for a new month, and I hope you are as well. If you are journaling, then I would love to hear how you're using your bullet journal, or maybe you have a different process for setting goals, for keeping track of things, for scrapbooking your memories. I'd love to hear those in the comments below. I also want to invite you to join me as I journal throughout the month. I have a free subscription that allows you to just kind of follow along with me. I share updates about what I'm actually journaling in real time. So for instance, last month I shared about a 6-month arc that I created for myself, which is basically just a 6-month vision board. And my Journal With Me subscribers got the first view of that. And we talked about why I was doing that, how it's helpful. So that is what I share in the Journal With Me subscription. Again, I will link to that here in the description of this video. Love for you to join, no cost to you. It's just a fun way to kind of journal as we go. So without further ado, happy May, and I look forward to seeing you in June. Bye.